Hello, I am Jennifer Igwe. Gather your family, friends, and even your neighbors for another time on Newsline. It is nice to know you're there, and as usual, we have lined up intriguing stories. Before now, for many, her name didn't ring a bell. But today, her achievement has announced her in grand style. Her cooking record has beamed global light on her and the nation, turning her dogged endeavor into a rallying point for Nigerians. I'm sure you can guess who I'm talking about. Well, if you don't, she is on our lineup and we are serving her hot. Then, Olusegun Dam site is one of the largest in Africa and located in a community that for years was noted for waste and recycling. Today, Olusegun community has produced a global brand, making the nation proud. Our reporter has more on this small but impactful community. Then most parents want their children to grow up in a healthy, violence-free environment and would go the extra mile to ensure this. True. Sadly, the price sometimes may be too high, particularly if they have children who can attack each other without a care. Find out how two sons, what they did to their mother as she tried to stop them from violence against each other. Is a story you should watch. We have other engrossing stories as well. Plus, NTA beats other African public broadcasters to win Best Documentary Production. You need to watch that story. And I will let you have all we have lined up today. We have to first take the news, and my colleague Claire Adelabu Abdurazak is on standby. Hello, Claire. Nice to see you.
Jennifer, always a pleasure to have you, of course, on the show. And the proof of the pudding is always in the eating. So I'll let you serve us later the sizzling hot menu, but of course not before our main news coming to you from our Abuja Network Center. Hello, good evening and welcome. When Nigeria's president-elect is ushered in on May the 29th, then Nigeria can't boast that it has successfully attained 7 consecutive transitions. Now, reflecting on the past, present, and the future, Adebola Brooksley Sunday, in this report, takes a look at the gains of democratic governance in Nigeria and how it can be consolidated.
Olusegun Obasanjo.
One can say that Nigeria's democratic journey began in 1999 with the emergence of the Fourth Republic, and since then, the nation has continued to inject initiatives that will continue to foster good governance, stability, and economic prosperity.
We can see that there is an improvement, and we have grown from one level of development to the other. We are definitely not where we used to be, even though we are not where we want to be.
Ibrahim Dasuki Arabi is the Director General, Bureau of Public Service Reforms. He said the nation has thrived in building strong institutions that supports democracy in line with good governance and the rule of law, especially through the public service.
Between 1999 to date, we have translated public service reforms in Nigeria and brought up Nigerian public service to be among the leading public services in Africa. By the year 2025, they rank among the first 20 public services in the world.
If we can discover the strength in our numbers and see how we can put everybody's strength into use, where there are weaknesses, how can you use the strength in one part to cover for the weakness in the other part. We are going to be strong.
Hashim Suleiman is a youth activist who believes in good governance. He told me the reason Nigeria must not fail as a democracy.
Democracies actually excel more when the critical institutions are functional. But you see, the institutions will not build themselves. It is Nigerians who will build these institutions, because it is Nigerians that are embedded in these institutions.
Adebola, Brooklyn Sunday, NTA News.
All right, and elections over. It's our time to unite and add value to the incoming administration of President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu, encapsulated in Government of National Unity and Competence. The Minister of Women Affairs, Pauline Talon, is therefore praying for a peaceful transition, and that's at a post-election strategic management among all Progressives Congress holders. And our correspondent Salihu Gwanara was there.
This post-election engagement, attended mostly by members of the Progressive family, who are also ambassadors of the Renewed Hope agenda, offers then opportunity to renew commitment towards the success of the incoming administration. Participants reassured Nigerians that the mandate given to the All Progressives Congress to govern means more prosperity for the nation.
President Muhammadu Buhari is fully ready and very anxious to hand over to our president-elect. We all, as patriotic Nigerians, not only will celebrate, but be on our knees in prayers for our incoming president and the vice president-elect.
And I will tell all the women, they should go and rest. They should just keep their mind at peace. That Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he will never let them down.
To be talking to Nigerians in the time of needs. If there's a problem, the president needs to come out and address his people, not to just be oblivious of what's going on. So they need to have confidence in the government.
We want a reservation of 10% of appointments for persons with disabilities.
Please let us all support Asiwaju. If you support him, you have supported yourself to success.
They say hope is rising among Nigerians for a government of sustainable development, as showcased by the outgoing administration. In Abuja, Salihu Gwanara, NTA News.
Now, breach of public peace and other unlawful conduct are sometimes experienced during electoral processes, especially in developing countries. And Nigeria is no exception. Now, preparatory to the 2023 general elections, the National Orientation Agency, NOA, championed campaigns on peaceful conduct across the country. Kenneth Nanim reports that the agency is now in Kano State to analyze post-election activities.
Due to its large population and relevance in the Nigerian political space, Kano State is strategic in the advocacy by the National Orientation Agency for violence-free and credible elections. More than 2 months after the general elections, the calm in the country, and the city of Kano in particular, proves that Nigerians are beginning to trust the judiciary more for redress. With this, the agency appraised Nigeria's democracy as progressive.
We in NOA firmly believe that the campaign against electoral violence is gradually taking root in our society.
The Katukan Kano, who represented the Emir of Kano, and others commended the role by relevant stakeholders in achieving violence-free polls across the country.
All the issues we have to put them on the table and see where we are correct, where we're doing it right, and where we are wrong, so that we can be able to correct the wrongs.
They also expressed the confidence that decisions by the judiciary will reflect the hopes and aspirations of Nigerians, but warned against acts capable of undermining the court processes. Kenneth Nanim, NTA News.
And the socio-political pressure group and non-governmental organization known as Women Support for Yari Movement is appealing to the governing All Progressives Congress to jettison its zoning of leadership positions in the 10th National Assembly and allow for what they say is free contest among candidates in the interest of democracy. Now, at a media briefing, the convener, Safia Ibrahim Oga, says Senator Abdulaziz Abubakar Yari has the qualities and support of NAS members to lead them to a vibrant assembly. Our correspondent Mohammed Rabiu Ali reports.
The meeting brought together women representatives from the 36 states of the Federation, Abuja market women, among other groups. They are in Abuja for one objective: to support Abdulaziz Abubakar Yari's ambition for the Senate presidency. According to the convener, Safia Ibrahim Oga, electing the leadership of the incoming 10th National Assembly and the Senate in particular, the National Working Committee should not be on anointment, but allow open contests among the 109 senators.
And we believe that democracy is on track when you allow citizens to echo, their mind.
The group believe that President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as a Democrat, would allow democracy to play. The Yari group insists that the 10th National Assembly should be led by competent hands, freely elected by members, and convinced that Senator Abdulaziz Abubakar Yari enjoys the confidence of the majority of the incoming senators based on his track records of experience in public service. In Abuja, Muhammad Rabiu Ali, NTA News.
And as purveyors of information, journalists are expected to be fearless and objective in their reportage to guarantee their credibility in the public domain. Now, this is the first of this year's World Communications Day, with focus on speaking with the heart, the truth in love, as pronounced by Pope Francis. Jewel Pukwola was part of the celebration at the Holy Cross Cathedral of the Catholic Archdiocese of Lagos, and he now reports for us.
Conscience is said to be an open wound which can only be healed by the truth. This captures the essence of the practice of journalism and what informed the theme of this year's World Communications Day, which the Catholic Church has been celebrating uninterrupted for the past 57 years. This church service to celebrate men of the pen profession is also an opportunity to remind them of the ethics of journalism, which is hinged on propagating the truth and refraining from hatred, bias and prejudicial statements capable of truncating peaceful coexistence among Nigerians. The Vicar General Catholic Archdiocese of Lagos, Right Reverend Monsignor John Aniagu, used the occasion to pray for God's protection and blessings upon media practitioners as they do their job diligently. At an interactive session to dissect the theme of this year's World Communications Day, the Vicar General described the theme as symbolic and apt, while the need for journalists not to jettison the truth for parochial interest was emphasized.
If we are going to tell the truth, we should do so in love. We should do so always with respect for our fellow men and women.
The consensus is for journalists to change the country's narrative in line with the theme of the World Communications Day. In Lagos, Joel Ukbola, NTA News.
And more winners have emerged on the ongoing Devon King's Mega Millionaires promo by PZ Wilma. Adiola Kome Akere was at the live draw in Lagos that produced the 5th millionaire.
Since the Devon King's Mega Millionaires campaign was launched nationwide in April, more customers have seized the opportunity to win mouth-watering prizes. A total of 1.315 million naira was paid out in cash in this week's draw. The breakdown shows that 11 customers won 5,000 naira each, 6 received 10,000 naira, while 2 smiled home with 100,000 naira each. And true to its promise of creating millionaires every week, the 5th lucky winner was also announced at the electronic raffle draw courtesy PZ Wilma. 19-year-old Miracle, who was earlier announced winner, was presented with a check of 1 million naira. The money, she says, will help to further her education.
Thank you so much, King's Oil. Thank you for this opportunity you have given me. King's Oil has been a major oil at home. We don't use any other oil than King's Oil.
1 week to the end of the campaign, the company says loyal customers can still win lots of cash prizes.
It feels very rewarding to see that, we're touching the lives of everyday citizens, and not just everyday citizens, but loyal customers of Devon King's. It's very, very exciting, and we can't get tired because they don't get tired of buying our products. So I mean, why not? We'll give back as much as we can. Keep buying the 1 liter and 2 liter Devon King's cooking oil, and you just might be a lucky winner.
In addition to cash prizes, the Devon King's Mega Millionaires promo offers numerous chances for customers to win instant airtime. In Lagos, Adeola Komiakiri, NTA News.
And in other health stories, globally, cancer accounts for 1 in every 6 deaths and so remains a major cause of morbidity. Uche Ugochukwu reports that in an effort to close the gap in the prevention, treatment and management of cancer in the face of inequality, specialists in cancer care gathered in Abuja to deliberate on prioritizing high-value care and implementing low-value practices amongst the professionals here in Nigeria.
Having in mind that efforts at raising the standard of cancer care need to be knowledge-driven, these experts seated here have reviewed oncology practice in the past 10 years to decipher better ways to forge ahead.
The whole idea is to be able to ensure that our cancer care is patient-centered, really focusing on the needs and the demands of the patients to improve their quality of life and their outcome.
Oncology care in Nigeria is appraised to have improved in the past decade, but more beside needs to be done to increase survivorship, as testified by Gloria Oku, a cancer survivor.
Cancer is not a death sentence, and what I want to say to the government that please, they should improve the quality of care so that cancer patients can survive more.
In the area of nuclear medicine, a lot of efforts have been put in place. For the first time, the country is planning to have to get us our own cyclotron.
The forum is optimistic that the inclusion of HPV vaccination in the national immunization schedule will impact positively on prevention. Early diagnosis, they say, is key to chances of survival. Uche Ugochukwu, NTA News.
Right, and you're watching the news on Newsline tonight. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll bring you more stories.
Now it's your turn. Now it's your turn. Now it's your turn. Your turn.
With Glow, bonus no dey finish. Buy a Glow SIM and enjoy 10 times airtime bonus on top every recharge, plus double data bonus on all data plans.
The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Chairman, Presidential Transition Council, Boss Mustafa CFR, invites dignitaries and the entire general public to line up with events for the 2023 presidential inauguration of the President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Vice President-elect Senator Kashim Shettima to the approved program of events scheduled as follows. Tuesday, 23rd May 2023, regimental dinner in honor of the Commander-in-Chief, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR. Venue, Armed Forces Officers Mess at 7 p.m. Regimental dinner is strictly a military affair. Wednesday, 24th May 2023, valedictory Federal Executive Council Fed meeting, Fed Chambers, Presidential Villa, Abuja. Thursday, 24th May 2023, investiture of the President-elect and Vice President-elect with the national honors of Grand Commander of the Order of the Third Republic, GCFR, and Grand Commander of the Order of the Niger, GCON, and hand over transition documents at the State House Conference Center. Time, 10 a.m. Guests to be seated by 9 a.m. Friday, 26 May 2023, public lecture at 10 a.m. and Jummah prayer at the National Mosque at 1:30 p.m. Saturday, 27 May 2023, inauguration lecture on the topic Deepening Democracy for Integration and Development by His Excellency Uhuru M. Kenyatta, former President of Kenya. Venue, International Conference Center at 10 a.m. Guests to be seated by 9 a.m. Saturday, 27 May 2023, Children's Day program at Old Program, time 10 a.m. and Children's Party at State House Conference Center at 2 p.m. Sunday, 28 May 2023, Interdenominational Church service at National Christian Center, Abuja at 10 a.m. Congregation to be seated by 9 a.m. Inauguration dinner gala night, State House Conference Center at 7 p.m. Guests to be seated by 6 p.m. Monday, 29 May 2023, inauguration, parade, swearing in at Eagle Town Square Central Business District at 10 a.m. Guests to be seated by 8:30 a.m. Post-inauguration luncheon, State House Banquet Hall at 1:30 p.m. Strictly for Mr. President with brother presidents, heads of government, and his invited guests. Announcer, Presidential Transition Council, PTC.
This is the University of Africa. On the streets, you get your real education. Here, everybody has a degree of something. But the most important qualification is imagination. Her reason to imagine is slay. His reason is to be the goat. Theirs is to take the beat and make it lit. They want to test edgy until it is fire. Their reason for imagination is to add riz in style. Her reason to imagine is finesse. And hers is to find what's new and bussin'. So no matter what your situation, just use your imagination.
The Honorable Minister of Transportation, Honorable Moazu Jaji Sambo, CON, cordially invites the general public to the commissioning ceremony of Kajola Wagon Assembly Plant by the President, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Date 22nd May 2023. Time 12 noon. Venue Kajola Wagon Assembly Plant, Shango Ota, Ogun State, close to Kajola Railway Station. For details, call 0803-311-8211, 0818-580-0026 and 0802-301-9332. Announcer, Dr. Magdalene Ajani, Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Transportation.
The Federal Ministry of Health, through the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, hereby announces the official launch of the Community-Based Health Research, Innovative Training and Services Program, CRISP, with the theme, Optimizing PHC Human Resources to Transform Primary Health Care. CRISP is a collaborative effort of the NPHCDA, teaching hospitals, federal medical centers, FMCs, states, local government areas, and development partners to improve the quality of primary healthcare service delivery in Nigeria. During the event, there will also be the launching of other critical policy guidelines as well as presentation of state performance reports from the conducted national PHC assessment. We heartily welcome the special guest of honor, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Professor Yemi Osibanjo, GCON, and primary healthcare stakeholders to the launch. Date 22nd May 2023. The venue is now Congress Hall, Transcorp Hilton, Abuja. Time 9 a.m. prompt. Dr. Faisal Shuaib, Executive Director and CEO, NPHCDA. Announcer.
The Universal Basic Education Commission is inviting stakeholders to a one-day basic education colloquium in honor of late Professor Gidado Tahir, Pioneer Executive Secretary of the Commission. The theme of the colloquium is The Nigerian Child, Dynamics of Educational Opportunities. Date, Monday, 22nd May 2023. Venue, Exclusive Serene Hotel and Suites, Wye, Abuja. Time, 9 a.m. Announcer, Dr. Hamid Boboyi, Executive Secretary, Universal Basic Education Commission.
All right, welcome back, and you're watching the news on Newsnight tonight. And with the conclusion of 8-year two-term tenure of the present administration led by President Muhammadu Buhari, the media department of the State House has produced a 55-minute documentary entitled Muhammadu Buhari Was Here. Special advisor to the President of Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, says the documentary, which showcases high points of the government, will air on the following channels. The Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, will air on Monday, May the 22nd at 8 o'clock in the evening, and on TVC on Tuesday, May 23rd at 6 o'clock in the evening. And the federal government says it will not renege in its determination to take the National Youth Service Corps NYSC scheme to the next level in fulfillment of its mandate. Now, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, stated this at the award night organized by the scheme to mark its 50th anniversary. Olayinka Ojo reports that President Muhammadu Buhari and General Yakubu Gowon received the Golden Jubilee Awards at the event.
In the last 5 decades, the NYSC has contributed in no small measure to national growth and development, and both government and the people remain grateful to the commitments of the scheme.
We have toiled over the past 50 years to bring the poor to the level it is today.
Now, it is time to recognize hard work, excellence and selfless service of Nigerians behind the success stories of the NYSC in different areas of its mandate. For government, it is hoped that the recognition will inspire other individuals and organizations to join hands with the NYSC as it refocuses positive energy on making greater impacts on the Nigerian youth and the nation at large.
The federal government will stop at nothing in its determination to take the scheme to the next level in fulfillment of its dreams and aspirations.
The scheme is better, and I repeat, is better than the time I left. It is only the uniting factor that remains in Nigeria.
The anniversary with the theme NYSC 5 Decades of Fostering National Unity and Development had in attendance past Director Generals of the NYSC since inception. Olainka Ojo, NTA News.
Now, when President Muhammadu Buhari steps out on Monday, May the 22nd, 2023, to cut the tape and officially inaugurates the 650,000 barrels per day Dangote petroleum refinery complex, Nigeria will be taking a bold step towards attaining energy security, particularly in the downstream sector of the oil and gas industry. Now, ahead of the inauguration, Adeniyi Taiwo reports that the projected turnaround in Nigeria's energy landscape, both in the short and long term, is creating a huge excitement among stakeholders in the oil industry.
Since 2017, when spade work began for the construction of Dangote Petroleum Refinery, the skyline of Ibejuleki has changed, gradually reflecting a turnaround in its fortune. On the ground, the complex sits atop a total of 2,635 hectares of land, standing as the world's largest single-train refinery with capacity put at 650,000 barrels per day. It is projected to meet 100% of domestic need for petrol, aviation fuel, diesel and kerosene, with excess for exports.
It's huge and it carries a lot of potential, for supply of petroleum products.
With a capacity to refine Nigerian crude and other varieties, including US light tight oil, the refinery has about 177 tanks and a total capacity of 4,742 billion litres for storage, processing, including facilities for evacuation of both crude and refined products. A 435 megawatt power plant is one of the many infrastructures emplaced to service the refinery.
Very hopeful that the immediate impact on the exchange rate also we open opportunities for that sector of the economy.
Having witnessed the transformation of their agrarian community into an industrial hub, members of the host community are as eager as the rest of the world to witness the inauguration.
Most of our graduates that have been graduated for a very long time, no job, but this one now, it will raise their hope.
Now, a lot of people have come to this place, settled down in this place.
With its 650,000 barrels per day refining capacity, this facility is an unfolding story of reassurance and relief for Nigerians. In Lagos, Adeniyi Taiwo, NTA News.
Thank you, Adeniyi. And the unfolding story in sports now is that, well, Arsenal lost out to be champions of the Premier League. Let's get all the details from our sports update.
Nigeria's Falconets began their campaign at the Wafubi Under-20 Women's Championship in Ghana with a huge statement of intent as they hammered Niger 7-0 on Sunday. a hat-trick from Esther Ajakaye, and further goals from Chiyere Kalu, Adobe Oka, Victoria Alani, and Chioma Olise gave the coach Christopher Danjuma led side the maximum 3 points.
And served with a pass by her own teammate. She's totally idle. A blunder resulting in a goal for the set. Nigeria can get an addition, and they do. 7 goals for Nigeria.
The Falconets will face Togo on Wednesday in their second group game. Back home, the list of teams that will feature in the Nigeria Premier Football League Super 6 tournament is now complete following the conclusion of the last round of matches of their beach league on Sunday. In Group A, Remo Stars recorded a 4-0 win over Kwara United, while Enyimba drew goalless with Shooting Stars, as both teams joined unbeaten leaders, Bendel Insurance as the qualified teams. In Group B, Sunshine Stars joined leaders Rivers United and Ruby Stars to qualify after a convincing 3-0 win over Dakada FC. At the other end of the table, Wiki Tourist failed to secure safety as they were relegated despite beating Ruby Stars 2-0 away. In England, Julian Alvarez scored the only goal as Manchester City celebrated their Premier League title triumph with a 1-0 win over Chelsea at the Etihad to move 7 points clear at the top. Brighton secured qualification for European football for the first time in their history with a 3-1 win over Southampton, while West Ham United came from behind to defeat Sam Allardyce's Leeds United 3-1 on his return to the London Stadium to put the visitors on the brink of relegation. With sports update, Bade Adeleye, NTA News.
Many thanks to you, Bade Adeleye. And in case you missed out of those exciting, fantastic football going on, of course, in the English Premier and, of course, our own local Premier Division, I advise you don't miss out on the sizzling hot menu that Jennifer Igwe will be serving us presently. And that's the news from Abuja. Jennifer, it's over to you.
Our first story has nothing to do with Gunners. I'll just leave it there, at least Chelsea and nowhere. Thank you for joining us for Newsline Proper. Still basking in the euphoria of breaking the Guinness World Records marathon cooking for 4 days, Chef Hilda Basi has appreciated Nigerians for the huge support given to her during the 100-hour quest. Larry Beleye reports that the 27-year-old has described the achievement as a strong motivation to deal with her fear of failure.
Nigerians took the lead in cheering Hilda Basi as she cooked non-stop to break the Guinness World Records marathon cooking by an individual. Chef Basi went from one food to another until around 8:32 a.m. on Monday 15th May when she broke the 88 hours 19 minutes Guinness World Record set by Indian chef Lata Tandon in 2019. At first, her plan was to go for 96 hours. When she reached the hour, she decided to go further. Knowing the significance of our target, Nigerians rallied around her with utmost support. And with that massive encouragement, Hilda Basi hit our target of 100 hours, 40 minutes, 8 p.m. same day. Recounting her experience during the cooking marathon, the young Nigerian said every bit of the 100 hours and 40 minutes is etched in her memory.
It was incredibly difficult. My feet, at a point, my feet was double the size. My ankles are pretty much still swollen, honestly. My back still hurts. You know, I have burns from, hot. I slept and burnt my hand at some point. So even when I wanted to give up and I saw how invested people were, it dawned on me more that I knew I wasn't doing this for just myself, but in that moment, it was more about the people that were there. And I could not have finished that 100 hours without those people.
Chefs who came to monitor the cooking marathon expressed satisfaction at the level of professionalism displayed by Hilda and how she followed the rules and guidelines strictly. Although Guinness World Record has acknowledged the 100-hour cooking marathon by Hilda Basi, Nigerians can only keep their fingers crossed as they await the final verdict from them after they review procedures and evidence confirming the fate.
We are indeed waiting, and the never say never spirit of the Nigerian. Now, a small community in the heart of Lagos State, known for waste and recycling, has added another feather to its cap by producing one of the most expensive football players in the world. This community in Lagos, what's the history to it? Olumide Egutola will provide answers to this question in this report.
This is Olushosun Oregun of Kudirat Abiola Way under Ikeja local government area. This particular community was founded about 400 years ago by a popular Yoruba hunter. Come with me as I tell you more about this hunter and the genesis of the name Olushosun.
The origin of Olushosun is traced to Ile-Ife, from where the first settlers migrated. Their first port of call was Ota, and a popular and powerful hunter among them, named Oshosun, regularly visited the community to hunt for wildlife, which was his source of wealth. Via the divination of the oracle, Oshosun finally settled down in the community that drew its name from the hunter's name, Oshosun.
By the time Oshosun returned to Ota to take his brother already was dead, so he came back to Olushosun with 2 children to settle down.
The community, now with 5 settlements housing different families, was previously named Ewu Oshosun, Oshosun, and Onishosun, among other names. The community is blessed with rich cultural heritage, among other values of life.
We go extreme just to achieve and to attain the very best of it. By so doing, external bodies, people from far and wide, like from Oregon, Alausa, our neighboring community here, Ojota, even though Ikeja, as far back as Ikorodu, they won't come all the way from places to celebrate our festive period.
The fast-growing community is popular worldwide for producing Nigeria and Napoli football star Victor Osimhen, with determination to turn the community to the nest of future Super Eagles players and other national teams players.
Olushosun was not where we found, but now they've known Olushosun, that Osimhen was born and brought up in the Olushosun community, which a lot of people have been jealous of it. And this Olushosun has seen, so they call it Ilukekere Toshe Okolunla. That's the Olushosun for you. We are very small, but we are bigger than people that are very big.
Another project that makes the community to stand out in the world map is the Olushosun dump site, undoubtedly the largest in Africa and one of the largest in the world. The site receives up to 10,000 tons of waste each day.
Interesting. I won't talk about what happens to the wildlife in that area. That's a story for another day. There are just 2 words, yet very powerful. That's what our next story is about. 2 words, yet very powerful and strong enough to end wars and any form of conflict between parties and nations. If only humanity can learn to use them often, sincerely and genuinely, a lot can be achieved. What are these words? I am sure your guess is as good as mine, and that of Momso Damian Dati, who will shed more light on the words.
You see, that is how quarrels and fights start, and if not quickly resolved, degenerate to wars. Yes, full-blown conflicts that end up costing lives and property, as such destroying relationships, For what? Simply because someone feels too proud to use the word "I'm sorry."
Sorry also brings peace and coexistence between people and nations.
For young Nenaya, that magic word alone from her classmate Prosper would have stopped her from reacting the way she did.
I was angry. Sorry will have solved the problem. Or calm you down. As I was walking, I stepped on her by mistake. She now slapped me. Don't say sorry, you can enter into trouble and can break many relationships.
You say sorry, the person may not react again.
When you collect something from somebody, you appreciate the person by telling the person thank you.
If you want to collect something from someone, you just say, please, I need this.
Because that basic foundational role is very, very important. Parents need to take it very, very seriously. Because you might think it will not affect you. I'm sorry, it will come back to you.
Sorry is just a word, and it means a lot.
Making our environment more conducive, it's going to strengthen our relationship with one another, and it's going to strengthen ties.
Values are societally treasured behaviors that include honesty, hard work, hospitality, respect for elders, courtesy, among others.
I'm a village girl. Growing up in the village was very interesting. There was so much discipline. My dad was a teacher, and you know how teachers impact discipline on their words. When I look back and see what happens with young children of these days, my heart bleeds. In the village, a child belongs to everyone. The child belongs to the community. And when a child goes wrong, the neighbors, everybody will correct the child, and no one will feel bad about it.
However, the one value believed to be most important, powerful and key in resolving all kinds of conflict is,
if you want to tell somebody that you're so genuinely say it from your heart, and that is the one that makes me, and that is the one that if it's accepted, you have to do it on time. You don't have to wait till things get worse. But the situation where couples are not good at saying I am sorry is a disaster in that relationship.
But despite the simplicity of these words, they are sometimes the most difficult to utter.
They are proud. Some do not have respect.
Everybody believes that he's somebody. But if you offend someone, the next thing to tell him, sorry, I'm sorry. So from birth, you must start inculcating discipline, good behavior, good morals in your child.
If you know you do wrong to anybody, regardless of the fate of that person, you should be bold enough to go to that person and say, I apologize.
But if only we all, like these children, can learn to sing with the 5 magic words.
There are 5 magic words that I know. Please excuse me, sorry, thank you. And the last one, pardon me.
Then I'm sure the world will be a better place for us all.
I agree with you, and it boils down to our moral values. Now, next story is an airy one. To have a brush with death is an expression that best describes the situation 14-year-old Sadatu Jibril of Gubai local government in Borno State found herself on the 3rd of May this year. On that fateful day, she was fatally struck at close range with an arrow that pierced her chest, through her heart, down to her abdomen. Umaru Kirawa takes it from here.
Somewhere in Gubiyo local government in northern Borno, little Sa'adatu and her brother of the same parents were in the bush, typical of life in the village, for hunting expedition. Suddenly, a rabbit appeared and they both pursued it with the intent to make a kill. In the process, her brother fired an arrow that accidentally landed on young Sa'adatu's chest, piercing through her delicate organs, notably the heart and abdomen.
When I saw the extent of the injury, I there and then lost all hope that Sa'adat will survive it. As Allah willed it, she survived. We cannot thank the management of University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital enough.
To understand the magnitude of such a complex case, NTA met Dr. Jibril Khalid, a consultant cardiothoracic surgeon with University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital, who led the team that handled the delicate operation that lasted about 7 hours.
To have an arrow like you would see later of that size in the region of our heart, we knew it's probably going to be within the heart and also extending into the abdomen. So without further delays, she had basically just an x-ray which revealed to us the position of where the arrow is, and she was immediately taken in for surgery. So she was lucky that an attempt was not made at removing the arrow at the site where the injury had occurred or at any other facility. And if attempts had been made at removing this arrow from her heart, definitely she would have bled to death.
On the complexity of such a case.
Yes, maybe in the last 20 to 30 years, there was no similar instance where an arrow was shot directly into the heart. This should be the first in the region where you have a true penetration of the heart. The arrow went into the heart, went out of the heart.
Exactly 2 weeks after going under the knives, Saadatu was asked to recall what happened to her that day, but the shyness in her prevented her from responding to NTA crew. When asked if he was surprised that such a complex surgery was handled by the University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital, the medical director, Professor Ahmed Ahiju, have this to say.
You can imagine operating on the heart, which is the center of everything, the circulatory system. Is a very difficult task, and from here we will learn that given the proper infrastructure and equipments, almost virtually all that we need can be done here.
All things being equal, and if examples like these are anything to go by, one might not be exaggerating to say that medical tourism that is costing Nigeria a huge fortune will in no distant future become history.
Thank God she survived. Her brother would have been traumatized for life. It's no longer news that a miracle child in Kano survived a tragic attempt on her life by an evil mother in her neighborhood who stabbed her in 2 very delicate parts of her body. Deadly indeed. The suspect said her intention was to kill the child, but since she survived, she is pleading to be forgiven. The alleged killer neighbor was paraded by the Kano State Police Command. Elizabeth Yila takes the story from here.
7-year-old Sharifa Usman of Gadang-Aya area of Kano Metropolis can best be described as a miracle child, having survived a horrific attempt on her life. 2 stabs of the knife on her neck, the other penetrated her stomach, and the knife left stuck in the belly. Yet she lives to tell the tale. And the tragic tale began with this 35-year-old Fatima Salisu, a wife and a mother of 8 children, inviting little Sharifa to escort her to the market.
She said I should escort her, and as we were going, she went and sold her rice. We kept on moving, then she saw knives on display for sale, and she bought one. We reached an uncompleted building. She took me into the building and started stabbing me.
Fatima subsequently fled both the incident scene and her matrimonial home to a hideout in Jigawa State. Effort to speak to the police when the incident happened a week ago proved abortive. As explained by the public relations officer, they cannot disclose any information in an effort to avoid jeopardizing the investigation process. That paid out because the assailant is now in the custody of the police.
An investigation, the husband was arrested. After his arrest, he claimed that his wife has a mental disorder. That is why she committed this act. Whereas investigation led us to the arrest of the woman, one Fatima Usman. She was arrested in a village at Dusa local government area in Jigawa State.
Another baffling mystery is perhaps the only reason the assailant, Fatima Salisu, gave for committing this heinous crime.
It's because I am suspecting her father is influencing my husband to take a second wife. I stabbed her with the intention to kill her, but since I did not kill her, please, I am begging the court that they should forgive me. For God's sake, for the sake of the child I am carrying, don't take me to jail.
Yusuf Aminu is Fatima's husband and has been married to her for 20 years.
My friend has never advised me to marry another wife, and I have never shown interest in adding a wife, but she always accused me of that.
Sharifa's father is emphatic that he has never before influenced Fatima's husband to take in a second wife.
I
am seeking for justice for my daughter because she nearly got killed over an issue she knows nothing about.
Currently, she is at the Command's Criminal Investigation Department, that is the State CID here in Bonfay, Homicide Section, undergoing an investigation.
Suffice to say, Sharifa, who dreams of becoming a lawyer when she grows up, is indeed a lucky one, having narrowly escaped death, giving her another chance in life to pursue her lofty dreams for the future.
It is horrible. Thank God the girl survived. Now, the dream of every parent is to raise children who will be positive ambassadors of their family values and bring honor to their household. But for octogenarian widow Zainab Ibrahim, her sons have left ugly memory for the society to remember her by, as their actions have led to her unfortunate demise. The elderly woman was hacked to death while separating a bloody fight between her two sons, Inusa and Usman. Onuto Yakubu was at the scene of the tragic incident in Abuja.
The two brothers lived in these rural premises with their late mother in the evolving construction area in the heart of Guzape's Paduma 2 site. Leadership of the Herders community informed NTA News crew that the altercation ensued between the two brothers on the ill-fated day after the older of the two, Usman, had brought a thatch grass to repair their mother's hut. The younger Unisa was alleged to have requested to use the remainder of the thatch, while Usman insisted that he had plans for them. This argument led to a physical fight. According to information available from sources who cannot speak to camera, now this thatch roof grass on the top of this roof is the genesis of the fight between the two brothers, and the result of it is the ill-fated death of their mother, which is evident in the blood stain on this stool and as well as the ground here.
The two brothers started the mischief, which led to the fight. Their mothers waded in to stop them as the younger one of the two pulled out machete to cut his brother. She raised her hand to prevent it. He cut her hand and it led to her death in the hospital.
The older brother and second victim escaped the crime scene with machete injuries and his location unknown since the incident. However, the alleged homicidal suspect is in police custody at the Asokoro Divisional Police Station.
When we had the argument, Mama told him to let go, but he refused. He kept hitting me on the ground as he is stronger. He raised the knife to cut me first and I blocked it with a plank. It fell off and I took it to revenge as Mama raised her hand to block it, so the knife cut her.
Until we get the one at large, the one at large is yet to be arrested, and we are yet to have his own side of the story.
The police said the suspect will be charged to court as soon as the investigation is concluded.
Violence solves nothing. Did you see the reason why the fight started in the first place? Did you see the reason? We'll take a break. Newsline will continue shortly.
Every day, life presents hopes, dreams, and challenges. Challenges that can become successes with a little help. Because a little help can empower you to go from despair to celebration. A little help can keep you going until the race is won. A little help can turn bundles of anxiety into a bundle of joy. And with Glow Data, you get much more than just a little help. You get the biggest data deals in town to make every day glow with small wins and big wins. Dial *777# to select your Glow Data plan.
Bye, Mom.
He's going to play in this weather. Why did you let him go? He might fall ill. And if he doesn't go out for practice, how will he win more trophies? To protect our family from illness-causing germs during the rainy season, we use Dettol soap every day.
Dettol with germ defense gives you protection. Rainy season brings a lot of germs, and Dettol soap's germ defense protects you from up to 100 illness-causing germs. Dettol soap is endorsed by the Nigerian Medical Association. Be Dettol Show.
Oh, I wish you were here.
I'm always with you.
But it's not the same without you.
MTN 5G's amazing technology will change how we experience life and the internet. Get ready to encounter the incredible, and remember, no be juju, na MTN 5G.
Did you know that a quarter of the world's deaths from malaria is in Nigeria? And the reason being a mosquito that spreads malaria, a disease that puts everyone's life in distress. We believe that protection and prevention is the best cure in the fight to end malaria. Mortein insecticide with its improved formulation kills 100% mosquitoes that spread malaria. So, spread the message of how we can fight to end malaria with Mortein. Mortein, our #1 choice.
Looking fresh for your date? Get even fresher with Close Up. New Close Up Triple Fresh formula. It cleans deeply, fights 99% of bacteria, and cools intensely, keeping you protected and fresh.
Protected and fresh. Protected and fresh.
Let's take a picture.
Protected and fresh.
Still fresh, still protected.
Feeling cool and protected.
All day confidence to get close.
Oh, yeah, take it close up, shout to close.
New Close Up Triple Fresh formula.
All I do is win. I wake up, I win. I close my eyes, and I win.
We got a emergency, girlfriend.
Keep up with me, come on, let's go. Keep running till the world stops spinning. Independent women, come on, now let's get it. I'ma keep running till the world stops.
Wow, you look great. Did you just come from the salon? Darling Superstar, grades that stay salon fresh no matter what.
My skin is my identity, my strength. It's unique and deserves care made specially for me. New Nivea Radiant and Beauty Advanced Care with 5 oils and 5 vitamins. 48-hour nourishment. Helps reduce appearance of stretch marks in just 2 weeks. New Nivea Radiant and Beauty Advanced Care for your shade of beautiful.
When times are tough, we know that as a mother, one thing you should never compromise on is your family's oral health, because they deserve the best. Oral-B, all-round protection. It's great value. It protects your mouth from harmful bacteria and also protects you against tooth holes and gum problems which can lead to tooth loss. It It strengthens your family's teeth and gives them all-round protection. So remember, protect their future. Oral-B will help your stronger teeth in just 1 week.
Thanks for being there. The Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, again rose above all odds to clinch first position and best TV documentary at the 14th Ordinary Session of the African Union of Broadcasting, AUB. Omenka Amarachuku takes us through the event organized for media executives of public broadcast media in Africa.
Prize winner in the television category in documentary production goes to
That indeed was a defining moment for the Nigerian Television Authority (NTA) at the 14th Ordinary Section of the AUB Summit. For the media giant being awarded first position in TV documentary crowned best of the year in Africa is an indication that NTA's effort to remain professional in every aspect of its production is being recognized.
Your involvement has been instrumental in shaping the outcomes and successes of our collective efforts. We hope the relationship established here will continue to flourish.
I would like to, first of all, pay tribute to two figures of NTA. The first one is the former head of NTA news desk in Lagos. His name is Al-Aji Yahya Sani. And the second one is also a figure of NTA. His name is Yusuf Jibo. It is particularly important for me to pay tribute to these persons because with me we launched in early 90s the first news exchange of Africa.
With focus on digital transformation of the world, impact and challenges for African broadcasting, participants reflected critical roles broadcasting plays in shaping content, cultural and socio-economic landscape.
The foundation of a data-driven TV and radio should now be cemented across the continent.
And therefore that the main solution is to develop the formation for the youth African.
This section also engaged meaningful discussions towards curbing challenges to advance the cause of broadcasting in Africa.
We have to face the realities on ground and also scale up our level of standard of production.
Content requires resources and content must have relevance to the audience for you to be in business.
I don't know why we don't have a good sustainable financing model for public service broadcasters that you can point out.
Beyond interactions and brainstorming, there were other activities and opportunities for BRICS business.
We are very concerned and dedicated to changing the African narrative.
We are signal distributors to promote what we have on ground, how we can actually cover, let me say, the whole Africa too, because we are on satellite.
Before the event attended by representatives of African countries ended with a gala night.
Another win for Africa and Nigeria, and especially the Nigerian Television Authority. You can't beat the rich. Now, Nigeria's First Lady Aisha Muhammadu Buhari was among the high-level dignitaries that attended the wedding ceremony of Abubakar Suleiman Gabdo and Mariam Sani Ahmed held in Abuja. Omenka Amarachuku reports that the First Lady was the central nerve of the occasion, with the bride coming from Daura while the groom is from Adamawa State.
Zahara, a 7-year-old, busy to witness a great event which set aside for an important marriage of Miriam Sani Ahmed. It is not only Zahara who is dancing and chanting. Besides, it is number 1 First Lady Aisha Muhammad Buhari, who is a stakeholder in this marriage, both from groom and bride's families. Weddings usually are times to join and celebrate momentous commitment to unconditional love between couples. The convergence of family members, loved ones, well-wishers here is to witness the wedding fatia of Abubakar Suleiman and Miriam Sani Ahmed.
And my advice to them is they should be patient and always be patient. They should not allow anybody to interfere into their affairs. By the grace of God, they are going to succeed.
And I pray for her and her husband a very peaceful life, and within the shortest possible time, as much as I am seeing grandchildren here, I will find that her own is among them.
Whether you are part of the significant day or just in attendance for this sacred ceremony, weddings are a special time to share best wishes and words of wisdom to the bride and groom.
Marriage is an institution of learning. They should learn from one another, and they should understand one another.
Well, my advice to the couple as a senior brother would be for both of them to be patient as much as possible, to condole each other, to be there for each other at all times.
We wish them bliss and blessings all the way. Time for take another commercial. We'll be back.
Are you a dealer in cars, jewelry, precious metals and stones and luxury goods? Are you into real estate, or are you an estate agent, surveyor, valuer, developer or broker? Are you into the hospitality industry, lottery business, or are you a mortgage broker, tax consultant, or an accountant? Do you have a supermarket, police betting and consulting or construction company? If you have, go and obtain your certification from the Special Control Unit Against Money Laundering, SCOMO, and be free to do your business within the ambits of the law. SCOMO has the responsibility to monitor, supervise, and regulate the activities of designated non-financial business and professions, DNFBPs, across the country. Please note that the SCOMO certificate is not a guarantee of legitimacy of any business. To register, visit www.scomo.org. For collection of certificate, visit any EFCC office nearest to you. Remember, registration is free.
SCOMO, securing Nigeria's business environment. This message is from Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
Hello, madam. Would you like to join us on this mission?
Yes, but how?
Just one question. How do you keep your toilet clean?
I use regular detergent and bleach for washing and removing yellow stains. I have been using it for years.
Madam, the regular detergents and bleach are used for washing clothes. To disinfect your toilet, you need Harpic 10X. It is specially made for germs and stains removal. Harpic sticker formula settles on stains and gives 10 times better cleaning.
Wow! Now I'm convinced, Helen Paul.
Really?
Yeah.
The next house is yours.
Ovaltine, 3-in-1. It has great taste.
Good day ahead.
Yummy, yummy, full of nourishment and vitality. Empty bodies and shop like soya. Ovaltine, 3-in-1. Ovaltine, 3-in-1.
New Ovaltine 3-in-1. Smart choice for smart kids.
If you want to become something, become a child again. Why be patient? If you must worry, then worry about winning. Why worry about germs? When you come home, bring tales and stories. Why bring in germs?
Shield your families from germs. When Dettol is a part of every household bucket, then you and your family can stay protected from up to 100 illness-causing germs.
Everyday use of Dettol keeps my loved ones protected.
You clean your teeth every morning, but that fresh breath feeling just doesn't last. The answer? Easy. You keep your teeth strong and healthy and give your mouth long-lasting fresh breath with new Oral-B 2-in-1 toothpaste. It helps strengthen your teeth and gives you long-lasting fresh breath.
So fresh, still fresh, and still fresh.
Stay strong, stay fresh. New Oral-B toothpaste for strong teeth and long-lasting fresh breath.
No need to step out. Presenting the Good Night Power Shots. Spray 2 shots in each corner of the room. It kills mosquitoes inside without driving family outside. Good Night Power Shots. Spray inside. Stay inside.
Bye, Mom.
He's going to play in this weather. Why did you let him go? He might fall ill. And if he doesn't go out for practice, how will he win more trophies? To protect our family from illness-causing germs during the rainy season, we use Dettol soap every day.
Dettol with germ defense gives you protection. Rainy season brings a lot of germs, and Dettol soap's germ defense protects you from up to 100 illness-causing germs. Dettol soap is endorsed by the Nigerian Medical Association. Be Dettol Show.
Welcome. Buy 1 liter or 2 liters of Devon King's promo bottle. Scratch the panel, type the revealed PIN in this format. Kings space PIN and send to 8011. Stand a chance of winning instant airtime and the grand prize of 1 million naira weekly. Devon King's Mega Millionaire promo.
Promo runs from now to the 26th of May 2023. Terms and conditions apply.
In the heat of the summer, Okada seats feel like hot plates.
How do I cope with this heat?
And how do I cope with that bad odor?
By staying 5 degrees cooler.
Body odor is caused by germs, and on hot days, the sweating and the odor are more. That's why you need to get the new improved Dettol Cool Soap, which offers up to 5 degrees instant cooling sensation and protects you from 99.9% odor-causing germs.
Welcome back. To some, appointment of next of kin to legal documents confers some legal rights to inheritance of a deceased estate. This misconception has relegated to the background the essence of writing a will to enable a testator name beneficiaries of his estate. How do we then draw the distinction between next of kin and beneficiary? Let's join Obehi Otobo Appraiser for answers to this salient question.
Oftentimes, the inscriptions, "Not for sale, buyers beware," on buildings and other physical assets arise from family disputes, fighting over inheritance, especially when a person dies without leaving a will to indicate the beneficiaries of his estate. Here in Edo State, the custom and tradition recognizes the deceased first son as heir, but not the sole beneficiary. Also, there is a misconception about the legal rights to a next of kin as against the beneficiary of a will.
Traditionally, that is where we need the male children. Okay, like myself, I'm a traditional man. So, and God has given me the male children, and my son is my next of kin.
Most time people make wrong choice by physical assessment, and they just go ahead and write a will and appoint their next of kin. At the end of the day, they may end up being disappointed. So it's something that they really need to look inward, seek the face of God for.
What if the man dies without having a son?
Well, then the daughter.
A man should put his wife, because he and the wife know where they started from.
There is a clear assumption from these respondents that a next of kin is automatically qualified to inherit a deceased person's estate. The law, however, says otherwise.
A next of kin does not determine who inherits what. Your inheritance is dependent on your own life and the nature of culture or religion or belief you have before that situation.
If your name is written in a place as next of kin, it does not automatically transmit to you having access to the estate. But if it is said payable on death, it means if any benefit accrues to you or any person after your death, you have been identified as someone that can be paid.
We have seen that 2 or 3 surrogates have always come up to say that they are next of kin to a deceased person. Ipso facto, it is better for everyone to write a will. A will is a testamentary document.
The will should just settle the whole matter, because it gets more confusing when you listen to the aspect of next of kin and beneficiary. A 25-year-old nursing mother in Anambra State assaulted her house help, beating her to a pulp and inflicting various degrees of injuries on her. Ngozi Okerekaru, who is following the story for Newsline, also has an update on a similar case where a 24-year-old woman battered her house help. The cheery news is that the perpetrators are already in police custody.
The social media recently was awash with the video of an 8-year-old house help assaulted by her guardian. The scene of the little girl, identified as Idimachuku, was that she threw her guardian's baby on the ground. The Ministry of Women and Social Welfare Commissioner, Mrs. Ifeobinabo, in collaboration with police, swung into action and rescued the victim, presently hospitalized in Oka.
The police will charge the matter to court. She's been in police cell. Mother of the girl gave birth to up to 5 children, and she's not living with any of them. So heaven knows the siblings of this little girl. She must show us where others are staying, and we will bring them back. Child labor is a crime.
Then comes the controversy. The victim in another viral video was seen in a hospital in Asaba Delta State with a skit maker in connivance with the victim's parents, allegedly seeking for a better treatment.
Many people said they don't need anybody to help them. They have already agreed with the CMD to take care of us, especially at Mary Teaching Hospital.
Similarly, another pregnant and nursing mother, 24-year-old Abigail Eguta from Ebonyi State, also assaulted her 7-year-old nephew and helpmate in Onitsha Sunday for eating the fish she bought for cooking and failure to recite English alphabet. He ate the fish I kept and could not recite the English alphabet.
You have dwelt or you lived in an environment or a home where someone was abused, and as you grow up, definitely you must always find a way to express that which has made up your personality. I think secondly too, if people are able to give birth to the number of children that they can train, I don't think there will be need for people to be sent out as house helps where they can be subjected to this type of treatment.
While the government does its best to protect these children in the society, parents are advised to bet to the number of children they can cater for.
We'll take a break now. Newsline continues shortly.
Welcome. Buy buy 1 liter or 2 liters of Devon King's promo bottle, scratch the panel, type the reviewed PIN in this format: Kings space PIN, and send to 8011. Stand a chance of winning instant airtime and the grand prize of 1 million naira weekly. Devon King's Mega Millionaire Promo.
Promo runs from now to the 26th of May 2023. Terms and conditions apply.
In the heat of the summer, Okada seats feel like hot plates.
How do I cope with this heat?
And how do I cope with that bad odor?
By staying 5 degrees cooler.
Body odor is caused by germs, and on hot days, the sweating and odor are more. That's why you need to get the new improved Dettol Cool Soap, which offers up to 5 degrees instant cooling sensation and protects you from 99.9% odor-causing germs.
Since 1971, Nigeria's foremost human capital development institution, the Industrial Training Fund, ITF, has been at the forefront of equipping Nigerians with skills for national growth. Today's ITF has repositioned and refocused its programs, forging new partnerships locally and internationally to effectively deliver on its mandate. With 37 area offices and 5 industrial skills training centers across the country, ITF is pushing to reduce unemployment by providing relevant technical and vocational skills for employability and entrepreneurship in diverse trades and crafts. Whether you're a public or private organization seeking to improve the skills of your personnel, or an individual looking to acquire skills that will increase your chances of employment or even to help start your own business, today's ITF has a program for you. Speak to us today. Contact our area offices nationwide or visit our website www.itf.gov.ng. ITF, developing the nation's human resource.
Can you do this?
No wahala.
How about this?
A superhero?
And then no.
One and only JJ. One and only JJ.
Thanks for being there. It was yet another moment to celebrate a life of enviable achievements as family, friends, associates, and well-wishers paid glowing tributes to the late Prince Abdul-Jabbar Bola Sodun Ajibola. Top dignitaries from all walks of life converged on Abeokuta for the celebration of life and times of the former World Court jurist who bid farewell to the world about 40 days ago. Leko Agbonde reports.
The roll call of dignitaries who gathered here is evidence of honor and respect the departed World Court jurist Prince Bola Ajibola was able to garner over the years due to his impactful accomplishments and contributions to the global society during his lifetime. The hall was sparkled with a touch of royalty and presence of an array of individuals, representatives of international groups, organizations, and commissions, while top functionaries of government, including former governors and deputy governors, were not left out of the setup organized to honor the man of many parts.
It was a stabilizing factor, not just in Ogun State, nationally, and his erudition is unparalleled.
Very honorable man. He's a man who is kind, and he believes in education.
And he was a man of integrity, a very helpful man. When he was the minister, he never take a salary.
Family and close associates celebrating his exploits and contributions in various areas of endeavors agreed that the deceased actually came, saw, and conquered.
He was a committed family man. He was a committed community person. He was a committed Egba man, as it were. And to the international community, he was a committed jurist.
Taught us so many things, to be God-fearing,
to be kind, to be hardworking, to be honest. He was an awesome father, and I miss a lot of things about him.
He has served meritoriously in all his postings. But what is worthy of emulation is that when he was Attorney General, he did not receive his salary. He asked for his salary to be given to the NBA and other charitable causes.
A man who loved his people, who worked diligently for this country, and we shall miss him.
So he was one of those people I thought technology will be able to clone his brain because he was extremely gifted.
The event marked the 40 days of the demise of the great Prince Abdul-Jabbar Bola Shodun Ajibola, who impacted humanity positively.
May his soul rest in peace. Amen. And he will surely be remembered. I mean, working and not collecting your salary. Now that's a fate. Now this is where we'll end today's edition of Newsline. Thank you for being a part of it. Keep a date with us Sunday next week when we'll bring you another interesting edition. For now, good night and God bless Nigeria.